What's going on YouTube? Today I have special guest Chris Wentz with me today.
Hello, everybody.
He is going to show us basically the best way to restring a Floyd Rose because he has his Jackson King V with him.
Right here.
Needs some new strings. We got some strings. And yeah, we all know that restringing a Floyd Rose can be quite the task. So
Yes, sir.
Chris has got some tricks and tips to make it a little bit easier for you guys that like to dive bomb out there.
We have the Jackson KVXMG X Series with EMG pickups. Very good for playing live, jamming out with the guys, having a good time. But our main problem is the Floyd Rose and changing strings over time. You're fighting this crazy bridge that has string tension, but yet again, you have spring tension in the back. That's why I got this device right here. So from allparts, it's a tremelo locking device. It's very useful. It's basically all guitar bridges in one. These two can hold the bridge in one spot if you wanted to. This one, it blocks it from pulling back.
Alright, so then we flip that over. We can see that we've got no motion here. We can't do nothing because it's locked.
Correct. The next step is to release the screws on the head where the nut is usually located on some guitars. I already loosen them up by hand, but we have an Allen wrench. Usually comes with Floyd Rose guitars. So let's loosen those up. Let's do it this way. It's easier. But when you do tight, yeah, you're going to have to flip it over. Okay, taking one. Try to keep them in the same way because when they groove against each other over time and you have one flipped over, yeah, your strings are going to be out of tune like crazy.
So now that that's free, we can tune freely using the tuning pegs.
Yes.
And we're going to want to loosen the strings now. So you get yourself one of these little windy things. Can make it go a little bit faster.
First, let's reset these.
So the best way to kind of do that is bring one all the way up and bring another one all the way down, and then set up one in the middle of both of them.
Yes.
So you get good distribution to tighten and loosen if you need to.
Now we're going to take off these little strings.
You're going to want to be careful not to flip the guitar upside down when those are loosened because those little graphite cubes in there that push up against the string, those can fall out if you flip the guitar upside down and it could be a pain to put back in. Yeah, so we're going to go ahead, cut these balls off. We're going to neuter these strings and then we put them in the saddles again.
Yes.
When you cut off the ball off the string, you want to make sure you cut off all of this little wound part, all that thick part.
That's wind up to hold the ball.
So you want it just to be like straight wire string there. And then you can put that in the saddle.
Put it in there. Try to put it as straight as possible. Don't put it at an angle. Give it a nice firm lock to it.
You want to be careful not to go too tight on that because you can break those little cube things. So the rest of it's just putting the string through the post and making it happen like regular. Okay, so the tuning we're going for is drop D flat, essentially.
Alright. Let's put these guys back on. Alright, now we're going to unlock this locking system. So that takes a... Oops. Notice it slide. Because tuning we're going for. Don't worry about that, just worry about this. Flipping back to the guitar, you notice, yep, sinking in a little bit.
Yeah, so the bridge is not completely flush with the body. We're going to want to fix that so you have maximum diving and pulling range.
So we're going to get this little thingamajigger right here. I'm going to have to tighten it spring tension wise, or loosen it. So technically we're going to loosen it because this piece right here is sinking in. So try to keep it even with the body of the guitar. You don't want one to have more tension than the other. Since I locked these right here, I gotta loosen them now. I gotta relieve the screws. Try not to put too much onto it.
Small turns.
Yeah. Okay, let's check it out. Try to do it one thread at a time. Make sure to check both sides too. Okay.
How's that looking?
It's getting closer. Almost like a hair underneath.
So now we've got it pretty flush with the body, and that's pretty much where we want it. So we're going to check the tuning one more time.
Okay, we're going to use these guys right here.
So then when putting on the final tuning, it's good to tune in playing position. So because if you have gravity kind of taking the bridge this way, it will kind of sag, and that's not the way you're going to play. Unless it is the way you're going to play, but otherwise you're going to want to go ahead and set it up somewhat vertical or horizontal to the floor. So then after you do that and you bring the bridge back up to being flush with the body, you'll be in the tuning that you want, and then you could just play. It'd be all right. Then you could, but with this specific system, if you flip it over again, we've got to also go back and make sure we tighten these little Allen screws in here, just to tighten those on the screws. And then you can lock the bridge if you want, or you could let it free, and then that's pretty much it.